Well, I needed some introduction. Our famous player Instant JChem doesn't need one. It's been around for 7 years now, maybe even longer. And let's move on. I'm always struggling to find a proper, short, adequate description for what Instant JChem can do, because it can do a lot of things. And after some feeble effort, I came with a description that it's a powerful desktop data management tool which embraces the state-of-the-art ChemAxon toolkit. So yeah, that's it. And what you can do, you can basically create, explore, and share both chemical, biological, and other data inside both local and remote databases inside of Instant JChem. The features of ours can be probably divided into 3 different groups. The first one is that we are able to do this really nice JChem-based chemical search. This is based either on the JChem-based library, or it can be based on the cartridges we can offer. The second part is the facilitation of medicinal chemistry. Using all the toolkits which we have presented here before, I can naming, for example, virtual library generation, calculators, standardization. All these stuff are embedded inside Instant JChem, and you can use them from there on the data you have stored inside of your databases. The last section which I would like to cover here and which I would like to mention as part of the introduction is the data visualization and analysis. We have an embedded charting system. You can do your data formatting based on some conditions. So this is actually available on this screenshot. So the background color is based on these calculations. And yeah, the selection can be also exported to tools like Spotfire. So this is the first demo of ours this time. It's about data pivoting, which is a new feature inside Instant JChem. And since I don't have time to cover a whole workflow today, since the clock is already racing against me, let's just cover some delighters. Here you can see that we have added a couple of original fields from an original database entity and selected them as rows and columns in the pivoting entity. And this is the result. You can also do some aggregations like averages, sums on the pivoted data. This can be a replacement for your ETL or complicated processes in your data warehouse. So I hope it's going to be embraced as many of you as it's possible. The next delighter of ours, it's the child data editing. On this very table, you can see on the left-hand side, the white section, the parent entity, and on the yellow section, there is a child entity in 1-to-n relationship. And it highlights the same data, and you can perform stuff like simultaneous edit, which is being showed right now. Another great advantage of this is that you don't have to care about your parent data, and you can directly enter the child data inside, and all the parent records will be automatically generated in parent tables. So no need to care about the data relationship in your database. You just enter your data without having slight knowledge about how they are stored. Yeah, so this is how it works. Once it's saved, you can see that the calculations are performed on the fly. I would like to move over from here, from Instant JChem, which is also a platform, by the way, to Plexus Connect. This is a center backbone of Plexus Suite, and it's embracing other stuff of ours, like the inventory, bio-registration, and compound registration, our future tools like assay inventory. All those are kind of brought together by Connect. The advantage of Connect is that it's based on top of Instant JChem libraries, and it can use its projects. So same as Instant JChem, it can be employed in the whole pipeline of computer-aided drug design, like it is outlined on this quite complicated slide. I would like to execute now a simple workflow in Connect. First, let's do a simple substructure search, or rather 2 searches actually. We are embracing Marvin.js, so we did some abbreviations and expansions of a structure. And let's keep the default settings for now. And once the search is executed, you can tell we now have like 27 hits. So let's narrow it down a bit and also search for more weight. And in this case, we are having only 6 hits. And we would like to perform some like list management operations on the top of those. So let's save it as a list. You can do your renames. You can apply those lists and even edit them on the fly using our user cherry picking abilities. In this case, I will just load it into the system, and I will open a different view so that we will see how the data can be synchronized using multiple views at the same time. In this case, we are synchronizing the selection, so you can use different views with different property calculations to define what you should be seeing. And if you would like to compare, for example, two structures, you can unlink the views so that you can check just one and continue browsing in the other one. Another feature which I would like to show here is the logical operations on lists. So you can create new lists based on some like logical operators, and in this case we have an intersection. And let's use our URL sharing ability. And this is something for Richard here. No one was able to find it in GSK, so we had to change the UI so that the guys actually can find it. And yeah, once you will get this URL, you can send it over to your colleagues, and the definition of your search, the selection and the ordering is shared, and he can, after login, of course, view it in his own browser and even bookmark it for later processing. Next step will be an export. In this case, we have chosen the JChem for Excel format and selected various widgets which will appear in the resulting file. And yeah, in a Microsoft Excel, we are now getting the results of our export operations, the content of the previously created list, and the structures rendered using the JChem for Excel plugin. So what are the benefits of Connect? This is sort of comparison with IJC, because for the future, we are looking forward to the brighter days of thin client-based clients. And in this case, on the right-hand side, you can see the comparison of forms. So in case you have an existing Instant JChem project, you can easily migrate this project or basically just deploy the project inside Connect. And as you can see, the rendering, the structure query definition, they can be in the very same shape and appearance as you can have it in IJC. Other advantage is the easiness of the company-wide deployment, the ability to share your stuff with external collaborators. You can basically use also the security concepts you have in place in IJC, like all those roles you have defined, the ownership of items, visibility of structures. All this stuff can be shared in Connect, and with a simple deployment, you will get all the benefits. There are also performance benefits. It's due to its architecture and the introduction of a middle tier, which IJC lacks. And last but not least, there is a ChemAxon hosted cloud-based option for you. Let's have a sneak peek on the roadmap. The CXN biomolecule toolkit support is coming. It's coming in IJC as well in the upcoming weeks. So in Plexus, this is going to take longer. We are planning to have a fully web-based solution, so you won't need Instant JChem in the future for administration. There will be a form editor. There will be an embedded schema editor, so you can do all your changes inside of Connect. And the ultimate goal is kind of go fully web-based. This is the team. We are located in Prague. I have heard yesterday that Munich is the place where the beers come from, but all of us know that this is not actually true. All of the beers come from Czech Republic. I would like to thank to the team. I really appreciate the exceptional effort you are putting in. It wouldn't have been possible without you. And with that, I would like to thank everyone for your attention. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw them at me.